This is Gadget Stop 321. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the compact punch for the ARC notebook system sold by Staples. Now, this past weekend I was getting some paper and some different inserts to put in my junior size notebook, and I came across for the first time this compact punch in the store. I had seen this online before, but normally at my local store they only have the full-size punch, which costs about $55 in the store. And when I saw this compact punch and it was on, the price on it was $17, I picked one up and I was instantly impressed with how heavy it is, how heavy duty. It's got a lot of metal in it. So I picked one up and brought it home, and in my last video you may have seen where I did a test on a piece of Rhodia graph paper, and I was really happy with how clean it punched the paper. I mean, it looks like it came out as clean as the notebook paper that you buy for the ARC notebook system. So today I'm going to test punching a couple different types of paper, because when I saw how cleanly and how well the punch worked, I started thinking about how I could use my full-size notebook in the upcoming school year as well. Okay, first type of paper I'm going to try is just regular 20-pound copy paper. And there's a couple different ways that I've been thinking about using it. Okay. Now, there's a little plastic guide, and depending on whether you're using the standard size notebook, or it's got it marked, I'm holding it upside down, whether you're using the letter size or the junior size, it's marked on there. It's got a guide to line up the paper. The first one I'm going to try is the junior size, punching it on the side. Let me line it up. Make sure it's in there all the way. Let's see, punched it perfectly. Now, the first way I was thinking about using this is if I want to put a full-size sheet in the junior size planner or notebook. Put it in like this and then fold it over. And that gives you a nice way to store full-size sheets in your junior size planner. I'm happy with that. Another thing I've thought of is folding it over first and punching both sides at the same time. I'm going to give that a try. See if how well it punches two sheets at the same time. It's a little bit harder to get it under this plastic guard. Okay, make sure it's lined up well. Oh, it's a little bit harder to punch, but it did it. Punched it cleanly. Let's see how it fits in there. And that's another way to store a full-size sheet. And really, either way seems to work really well. I like that. That's punching both sides, or punching one side so you can fold it out. That worked nicely. Let's see. Now I'm going to try just punching the full letter size and see how it fits. Pull it all the way down to the end. It's got a little plastic piece to show you where the paper stops. Okay. Now, you're definitely not going to be punching a bunch of sheets at one time. This is not an option if you're wanting to make your own inserts for an entire notebook, like if you wanted to print out an entire calendar, an entire planner. You could, but you would probably only be able to punch 2 pages at a time. It would take a lot of time, but this looks good. So this is mainly what I'm going to be using it for. Copies that I make, photocopies, inserting 1 page at a time. That looks good. Fits perfectly. Lines up with the other paper. So that's good. Another thing I wanted to test is cardstock. Now this is, oops, sorry about that. This is some heavy cardstock. That copy paper that I just punched was 20-pound paper. This is 60 pound. So I suppose that means it's like punching 3 pieces of paper at the same time. So we will see how well this works. I definitely wouldn't want to do any more than this. Okay. Oh, much harder. I don't know if I'd want to do this very much. I don't want to break my new punch. Now, let me show you. These here at the end didn't punch very cleanly. The rest of them did. So I'm just going to press down on this end one more time. Doesn't feel like it. Yeah. Okay. So this end, yeah, it didn't punch those last 3 out. Let me see if I can flip it over. If it will punch them. If I can line this up. And if I can get it under this guard. It's a little bit, hold on. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled it out. I'm trying to get, I guess you would call them the little hanging chads to slide under there. Okay, I think I got it. Now, just a matter of getting it lined up correctly. That's looking pretty good. Alright, let's give this a try. Well, that sounded a little bit better. Well, I did it. It wasn't as cleanly as the regular paper. Let's see how it fits in here. It will work. It's not ideal. It's pushing the limits of what the punch can handle. but it's doable. Alright, and one last paper. Let's see how... Actually, I've got 2 more papers I'm going to try. This should go pretty quick. Just a sheet of Rhodia A4. It's a little bit different size. It's not exactly letter size. Let's try to do this one quickly. And then we'll look at how to empty the punch. Alright. Yeah, doing one sheet of paper is so much easier. Yeah, and I'm getting to the point where I need to dump it. I don't know. Now that one, I've got one that didn't punch cleanly. And it might be because I'm needing to dump the little shavings. But I've got one more type of paper that I want to punch. Just some regular notebook paper like you would use at school. Okay, that's looking good. Let's see. A4 paper is a little bit more narrow, but it lines up perfectly at the bottom. There's just a fraction of an inch left up at the top, but that works nicely. Okay, one more paper, and I don't have any full-size notebook paper that doesn't have all my full-size note paper has the 3 ring holes. I've got this little notebook, 5-star, that doesn't have holes. It's a little bit smaller though, but I don't know how consistent the paper is across the different notebooks, 5-star notebooks, but this feels like pretty standard notebook paper. So I'm going to tear a sheet out, and it's a little flimsier than the Arc note paper, and it's a little flimsier than the copy paper. I'm gonna go ahead and line it up with the letter size. That punches very easily. Okay, yeah. If I were doing this for real, I would line that up a little bit better. But let's see how it fits in there. And even this flimsy paper, that fits pretty well. It probably wouldn't stay in there as well, taking it in and out over time, but yeah, that works pretty well. Now let's take a look at how to empty your little paper punches. There's a little door down here at the end on the bottom, and I suppose, yeah, it looks like it just snaps open. It's got, I'm not 100% sure how this works. Let's see. Yep, there we go. It doesn't have an actual hinge. It's just a piece of plastic there, but oh, I think it'll dump easier if you open it up. That way the punches aren't blocking the opening. And that is the Arc Notebook Compact Paper Punch at Staples. You can get it for $17, and I think it's well worth it if you just need to punch 1 or 2 pages at a time. Now, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, just leave those in the comments below.